Hi everyone, it's a beautiful day and it's all good here in the garden on the weekend. I have been getting a lot of questions about whether or not to thin your indoor seedlings. Now the reason why it's a problem when they're growing too densely here indoors is because they're competing for air, nutrients, and light. When they're growing too closely together, it's really important to thin them out so they reach their maximum potential and you have really nice transplants to put outside. So I definitely have some seedlings that need thinning here. I'm going to show you quickly how to thin them effectively and safely so they grow to their fullest potential. Now in this flat here, I have some greens that have been planted for about a month. One side is growing really well. The other side has not grown in a couple of weeks. So that's the first clue that you look for. If your plants stop growing, chances are they're planted too closely together and they could need some fertilizer, which we'll talk about in just a moment. So let's look at this side that's not growing. You can see how densely planted they are. So here the kale, in one little seed cell, it has 5 little seedlings, way too close. So that's what you're looking for. Now, after you identify which seedlings need trimmed, you're going to grab yourself a nice sharp pair of pruners. These are the Centurion Precision Snips. You actually get a pair of these in the November Grow Your Groceries with CaliKim subscription box. They're nice and sharp and they do nice precise cuts, which are perfect for thinning. We're going to start here with the kale, and we want to thin them out to about 1 inch or so apart. So we're going to actually look for the strongest seedlings, thin out the weakest ones. And I know it's hard to snip these seedlings out, but believe me, it will really help your greens or your plants take off, and your seedlings will love you and thrive because of it. So what I did just now is I snipped it at the soil level. You don't want to pull your seedling out because that's going to disturb the roots of the surrounding seedlings. So I'm actually going to pull out some of these dead little leaves as well, kind of cleaning up the seed cell as I go. And one of the issues we had with these seedlings is it got really hot right after we planted them. Even in the house, it was just a little bit too hot for them. So this will really help them take off. Give them a little feeding and they'll be good to go. So I've left here in the seed cell just 2 seedlings. Whoops, we got one more here. Snip it at soil level. And you can see there's a lot more room for this kale plant to grow. Now while I'm in here, I'm also going to snip off any dried or leaves that aren't looking so good so that we get all the dead weight off and help the plant take off. So I'm going to go through here and do the same thing to all the little kale seedlings in this 6-pack. And it's going to be looking a whole lot better in just a few days. Only takes a few minutes of your time and it's well worth it for healthy seedlings. Look how much better this kale looks already. Lots more space in between plants. It's not going to be competing for light, for air, or for nutrients. This kale is really going to take off. Now let's do the next plant together. What's the first thing you notice about this endive 6-pack? If you said they're planted way too close together, you're absolutely right. It definitely needs thinning. So let's get in here and take a look at the plants. In this one little 6-pack, look how many plants there are. There's 6 different plants growing. So we're going to go in here. What's the first thing you're going to look for? Yep, the strongest plant. Snip out the weakest one in between. So we have about 1 inch or so in between our little seedlings. So here I'm cutting out just about every other plant. Sometimes it's hard when you're looking at 2 strong seedlings, but you just have to make the choice and then make the cut. The plants will be better in the long run. Beautiful. You can really tell the difference here with these seedlings. Now I'm thinning up the rest of the tray here, but just so you know, your pile of thinnings is not going to waste. You can eat these. It's like a little microgreen salad, fresh little baby greens, super nutritious, right here from your seedling tray. And nothing goes to waste here in your garden. Lest you think we're done, very important, we're not done yet. These little seedlings have been competing for nutrients with their little friends next to them. Now that they're gone, they need a boost of their very own. So I'm going to give them some Vermistera Vitality. Now the reason why I use Vitality is because it works. It has a natural root hormone and a natural growth hormone, which really helps the plants take off. It's super concentrated worm castings in a bottle. Now this is highly concentrated, the equivalent of 30 pounds of worm castings in this one little bottle. And these nutrients are immediately available to your plants, which is one reason why I love using Vitality. So I'm bottom watering here, adding a couple inches of the Vitality mixed with water to my seedling tray. I'm gonna allow it to sit for about 10 or 15 minutes till it soaks up into the seedlings, and then I'll go ahead and pour it off and use it for another plant. I hope you found this video helpful and now realize how super important it is to thin out those indoor seedlings so they grow into nice healthy transplants that you can pop out into the garden. I want to challenge you. Look at your indoor seedling trays this week and see if you have any that need thinning out. You'll be amazed at how it will really boost their growth, along with feeding your plants the Vermistera Vitality. Check the video description for all the supplies I used in this video and grab your November Grow Your Groceries with CaliKim subscription box. The theme is indoor microgreens you can grow inside no matter what the weather is outside. And remember, you get these amazing free Centurion Precision Snip set with your purchase of this month's subscription box. $7 off with the code microgreens over at CaliKimGardenandHome.com. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.